we have the proprietor of both Keystone Corners on the line right now, whose birthday we celebrated last week with music recorded at the Keystone Corner. Todd Barkan, welcome to WPFW.
Oh, bright moments, and I'm honored to be here. Honored to be.
Bright moments to you. You had a slight emergency last week. How'd it go?
Well, I had to take care of a dear friend, and fortunately, he's doing better, and he's going to be with us for a long time to come. I pray.
Good. Well, we had a great celebration here with your music recorded at the Keystone Corner, so we did celebrate, and and we featured some of the Paquitos music also. But how did the celebration go at the club?
It was wonderful. I actually got to sing Bright Moments for the first time in public.
Okay.
On Sunday night, I got to sing Bright Moments. I wrote the original lyrics in 1972, about 50 years ago. And Paquito invited me to sing once with one of the sets, and I showed the band the tune, and they played it with me. It was thrilling. And the whole celebration, Denise King came, and Sean Jones, and Paquito to the band was just magnificent. I mean, Diego Urcola is truly one of the greatest living trumpeters, and kind of an unsung hero in our music, and a great rhythm section with Alex Brown. It was off the chart, and this week is just beyond belief. I mean, with Ron Carter coming in, nobody is any more part of Keystone Corner than Ron Carter. Nobody.
Yes, what an important part of the history of this music. To kick things off this evening, I did Miles in Paris in '67 with Ron, with Herbie Hancock, Wayne Shorter, and Tony Williams, and then with Freddie Hubbard with again Herbie Hancock. We did some Red Clay, and so we featured Ron with both with Miles and Freddie, and people that have been a part of the jazz scene that you've been a part of course, like Joe Henderson and Lenny White. So we've been covering the music. Last week we did Freddie Hubbard at the Keystone Corner, but this time we wanted to do one with Ron Carter. So we got both Miles and Ron and Freddie covered in the first set on this show.
Well, there wouldn't be a Keystone Corner quite like it is now if it hadn't been for Ron Carter. It's a little known fact that, people in the Bay Area were aware that Ron actually joined forces with Freddie Hubbard and Hassan Roland Kirk and McCoy Tyner and Elvin Jones, and they put on a big concert and we raised $85,000 and bought our liquor license, and it helped and it started to build a kitchen, and he's such a pillar of our music in so many ways. I mean, it's just not only just on and off the bandstand as a teacher and as a player, and I mean, to hear him with this band he's got now with Renee Rosnes and Jimmy Green and Peyton Crosley is as great as any jazz group I've ever heard in my life. And they're playing at the peak of their powers. They're playing right now. They're on their second set, and you can't tell them when to stop.
I'm sure
they're going to stop. They're going to keep bopping. I mean, it's just exhilarating to hear Joshua played, segueing into A Love Supreme, segueing into My Funny Valentine. I mean, to hear the level of creativity that these guys have together is just jaw-dropping. Really something.
How's the keeping things going with the COVID virus spiking again? Are any issues coming up with you keeping the club open or anything like that?
Well, it is a challenging. It's challenging. I mean, it's improvisation at its most challenging, and I mean, we have to keep the interest and keep the energy and keep the vibration going and the positivity, and that's what's going challenging. What's especially challenging now is we're in a situation much of our own doing here with. We could be like 30 to 40% more immunized than we are because some political shenanigans going on. We're not, but we have to keep positive and somehow, which I think a lot of people still are, keep us going and positive, and that's it's as much of anything as a challenge now. We're in a kind of a watershed moment, a crucible of our age and our time. I mean, our very democracy is being challenged.
Absolutely,
so,
that's for sure.
So we're really, it's and there's no more powerful force than this music. So I mean, we have to just keep being positive. We were talking about it tonight.
Yeah, no, there's no question. We have to keep the music. That's such an important part of our culture. To keep it going, keep it live, and in a safe manner also.
Right.
What's really incredible is that there's the attack on democracy is also an attack on people's lives. It's really amazing the times that we are in right now. And Todd, back in the 60s, we thought that was challenging, fighting against the Vietnam War and fighting for civil rights, and seeing the successes that we had, and to see it challenged again, 55 years later.
It's like being challenged on steroids now. I mean, they're challenging it on levels that we didn't even see it being challenged on before. And so it is definitely challenging, and we have to embrace that challenge and really with all our might, because democracy, it's teaching us, as the pandemic itself did, that we can't take anything for granted.
No.
These are gifts that have to be. There's like a garden that has to constantly be cultivated, or the weeds take over.
So after Ron Carter this weekend, who do you have coming up at Keystone Corner, Baltimore?
Oh, we're gonna Warren Wolf's Latin Vibes with David Sanchez and Luis Perdomo and Obed Calder is next weekend. We're gonna we'll celebrate the music of Tito Puente and Cal Jader, and then the weekend after that, I'm really excited about. Benito Gonzalez, Jeff Teen Watts is going to be here with Gary Thomas and Benito Gonzalez and Will Slater. Celebrate the music of McCoy Tyner and John Coltrane.
Benito, boy, what an incredible pianist he is, and a longtime friend. He used to live here in D.C., and we've been featuring his new recording here on WPFW also. This is really an exciting lineup that you have, Todd.
And Dee Dee Bridgewater and Bill Charlap are coming in September, and Cindy Blackman Santana's band. But it's truly the music that we're living for. And Ron Carter being here couldn't be, a more exciting and exhilarating affirmation of what this music is all about. I mean, it's just, for me, it's really an overwhelmingly, life-affirming experience.
Absolutely. Well, I'm gonna play some Ron Carter now from his Dear Miles recording, and this is with Stephen Scott, Peyton Crossley, and Roger Squidhero working with him on this, and we'll be featuring Ron and some of the other artists with birthday anniversaries and people in town coming up. But I want to get into some more music now and catch you later.
Okay, and then Ron's going to call you when he gets off the set.
Okay, good. Looking forward to it. I'm really excited about it.
Ron Carter is calling in.
Okay, thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Todd Barkan from Keystone Corner.